Hello everybody, welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Trading. Sorry about yesterday, I had some technical difficulties. So the market also had some difficulties. You like how I segued that in? There's pretty good, huh? Um, yeah, pretty good difficulties. We ended up dropping later in the day yesterday. Low volume rise right now. The market looks like it's having technical difficulties actually. So we're stuck in Chopsville. We tried to go higher. Two rejection candles were lower. And there's not a whole lot to say about really much other than that. We're stuck in Chopham's. We're not dead from the 71,970 breakout though, but by any means. Stalling early is fine and very normal. So I like it. I'll take it. But I will get bullish as we get up, and if we fail, it's going to be what it's going to be. That's how the market works. You just have to take, the play that's in front of you and work it. And sometimes working it means doing nothing. Sometimes it means taking a trade, depending on your situation and your style of trading. But all in all, Bitcoin's not dead yet, so that's a good thing. It'll really start becoming dead if we break this inclining trend line here, this really big one. That's when we're going to see some problems. Until then, this can do anything. And we did talk about that. Um, I forget exactly when, but sometime last week I think we talked about could do anything in this black area here, and it's doing anything. It's pretty much what it's doing. This is called anything, or a bunch of random action. So Bitcoin, that's what it's doing. Kind of randomness, low volume rise at the moment, bigger volume on this prior drop. And then you're left with pretty much an even volume aggregation tool here. My volume aggregation tool, by the way, aggregates the buying pressure versus the selling pressure on the given time frame. This is the 2-hour time frame. This is the daily time frame. On the daily, bulls have control. Shorter term, pretty much even. And that's kind of what the chart tells you anyway. So good stuff there. All right, next up is Solana. So Solana gave up the goat the other day here. Topping candle, failed breakout from the high here, rolling in, getting down to lows here. So we're chopping in Solana as well. But chopping's better than failing. So I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We're chopping around. Here we were chopping around until we failed. And these three candles here. So we have this big spike down. We come up here. We don't really close in the best spot. And then we chop around under here. So by this third day, you're pretty much sure you're living underneath here. And if you still had positions, you were probably hopefully trying to close it there or on this drop in this other day. So we'll wait and see how this one happens. We have held the lows. We could chop up here, but Solana is also not in all-time highs. Did have a failed breakout from this level though, and it's not bad either, but it's just not ready to go. All right, hot coins of the day. Not too hot. Past 24 hours have kind of sucked. I've chosen the positive direction in the past 24 hours, and Kaspa led the list. And this is actually an all-time highs, doing pretty good yesterday with a pretty decent volume candle, double average volume. And if it were up more, I'd be more impressed. But the fact of the matter is it's not up that much. We're kind of sitting up here. You can see on the intraday chart yesterday, we had a nice up candle, then almost as nice a good down candle. So mixed action up here. And we're not really moving up that dramatically, but we're moving up. And I think that's the important part. If we take another leg up here, like here's a stall. If you take a leg up, if you take another leg up, I think you can move your stops if you bought this to kind of the break-even point, because we have been discussing Kaspa. So if somebody got it, one more leg up, and I think you move it to break even. Then if it pops up and rolls over, you're at least protected in this choppy environment. And the next up is Ton for Toncoin. This shows you how weird this market is in the past 24 hours, how much chop. So it's on my list here, it's like 0.03, no, 0.02% up. So I never thought I would see this in a top 50 coin, but that's just how choppy the market was, I guess, most of it to the downside. So um, I don't know. I wouldn't buy this asset. We've been following this one because it is in the top 20, and it's on the same page as Tether in terms of bounces. That's hilarious. Anyway, much ado about nothing here in reality. It's just what the screener gave me. And yeah, not much to do. Not a big fan of Ton overall. It did have, I mean, obviously it's had a couple of good runs here, but it's really been unable to sustain anything. So until it gets another good pop and a base, it's not something I would even really consider. I don't like holding anything ever. So, all right, guys, that's kind of all I got for you. Ever since Bitcoin kind of failed that rally, Solana as well. Markets in choppy environment. So not a lot to do in a choppy environment. One thing you can do is try to sell highs and buy lows within a range, right? There's got to be a range you can do that within. Other than that, There's not a lot to do. Some people will try to buy and wait. That's just not me. I don't like to buy and wait. Waiting has cost me a lot of money. So what you want to do, in my opinion, is wait. Forget the buy part. You got half of it right. Wait, don't buy. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today on the best 5 minutes of your day. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.